none. No. Odozi Akuchinwe. Aginwa aka. Ndewo nnewo ị na-agbalị. Ndị nkuzi niile na-eme ka gị. Anyị ga-aga n'ihu karịa ebe anyị nọ ugbu a. Ekelele m gị. Aha. Ndewonu. N'ụbọchị taa ihe ọmụmụ anyị ga-adịtụ iche. Mana ọ ga-awụkwa isiokwu anyị na-akpa kamgbe anyị nọ ebe a. Ana m anabata mmadụ niile. Theophilus, you're welcome. You're welcome. Zion, you're welcome. So today we are here again to continue the discussion on aspects of Igbo pronouns. And thank you, Theophilus. Yeah. So it is going to be fantastic. All right. So, but while we are doing what we're doing is so we know that we have grounded the knowledge pretty so. You're welcome. Omo, you're welcome. So for those of you that are joining us for the first time, this live show is about learning the Igbo grammar. And this teaching is primarily for teachers of the language Igbo. And if you are a teacher, whatever we are discussing here is as well applicable to your language. If you are non-Igbo, if you speak other languages, it is applicable. Every language has a way it works. It has a structure. Yan, you're welcome. So since the past few months, or rather weeks, we've been treating how the proverbs, how the pronouns of Igbo language works. So that's why we're here again today. There one. Who joined us on YouTube, please? Can you identify? Kidoye ne sonyera na YouTube. Make I oh. Yeah, thank you. All right. Please share. We're here to have at least 1 hour 30 minutes conversation. Share. Melana, you're welcome. Hasib, Melana, you're welcome. Raha, you're welcome. Okay, Igbo language. For those in between my B, you're welcome. Yeah. Let me TikTok. I often forget that I need to unmirror my camera. Okay, it is now on mirror. Thank you for pointing that out. YouTube has not helped us so much. Okay, thank you. God bless. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. So for those of you that are native speakers of other languages, we are encouraging you to learn from our class, what we're doing here. It is important that we know how our languages work. We are not here to dance. We are here to learn. And we are here to also show our linguistic and cultural identity. Please, if you join us, try share the live and encourage us the way you are supposed to. All right. The last week I looked at the other pronouns, which included the third person pronoun, and I emetụrụ m aka ntakịrị na nnọchiaha nke onye abụọ. So nnọchiaha nke onye atọ, nnọchiaha nke onye abụọ. Unu ga-echeta na eji m aka mkpọọ nnọchiaha nke a na e nke anyị nọ na amụ kamgbe izu ole na ole gara aga, nnọchiaha onye anọ. Mana nnọchiaha onye mbụ nke bụ mụ, onye abụọ i na gị, onye atọ o na ọ, I rụtụchara ha aka. We touched on this and how they work. N'ime ihe anyị kwuru, ihe anyị chọrọ ime ka onye ọbụla na-ede Igbo wee mara bụ na nnọchiaha ebe ọbụla ọ nọ, ị ga-edesarịrị ya, ị ga-edepụta iche. Enweghị ihe dịka iwu ndekọ na iwu ndesa nọ na nnọchiaha. Nnọchiaha bụ desa ya. Iwu na-achị ya ma ọ bụ iwu ọ na-eso bụ iwu ndesa. Ọ ga-anọrọ onwe ya. Now, the problem we are dealing with is to identify where we have nnọchiaha in a sentence. Ọ ebe anyị nwere nsogbu. Kedu ebe anyị na-ahụ nnọchiaha na ahịrịokwu? Okay? And Libra Brand, you're welcome. Margarita Nkom, you're welcome. So when you see a sentence, a typical sentence in Igbo language, where do you see nnọchiaha? Because most of the times what we write as a sentence bears the pronoun. I keep saying proverb because we are dealing with proverb in Omenka app. So most of the times the things we write as well bears the pronouns. Corporate lady, you are welcome. Hua, Dad, and Larry Perry, I welcome you all. Now, I must mention to you that, at this point, that this literacy project is brought to you by Omenka App. And Omenka App is an organization that is concerned with the literacy of Igbo language, both amongst Igbo speakers and non-Igbo speakers. Okay? And so it is important that we know that what we are trying to project here is a grounded knowledge and literacy of our language. And it is also something of note that Oseku Foods, you are welcome. Thank you for joining us. Please, as you come, share the live program. Share the live program. Let us have more people to join us here to share in our knowledge today. So, so it is important for us to know that if you are a speaker of any language, you should be grounded in the knowledge of it. Not, your primary language. Ọ bụrụ na Igbo onye na-asụ Igbo, ị kwesịrị ịma asụsụ gị. Ị na-asụ Yoruba or Hausa or Efik or Ibibio, ị kwesịrị ịma asụsụ gị. You're supposed to know your language, and to the point that even though you cannot possibly explain the grammatical structure, but you can write it. Today, all of us who speak English, we are judged by how correct we write English or how incorrect, even the pronunciation. English is not my mother tongue. It's not my language one. It is a foreign language imposed on me by colonialism, and I saw myself speaking English. But I am being judged globally by how well I speak English or how correctly I write English or not, which is very, very unfair, whereby people are not often checked how well they write or speak their language, their native language. So that is the idea we are projecting here, that it is unfair, okay? And if we are being judged by how well we speak the colonial language, the English, the French, and all of those colonial languages, you can imagine how much judgment that should be, on us by people with regard to our own language, okay? So, like I tell my team members that I prefer to have this conversation and teach this class in Igbo language purely. I am proud of that. But I come here and I also speak in English because I know that there are people who join us here who are benefiting from what we're doing here. There are other people who also stop by, they hear about our program and they stop by and they joined. It is good to accommodate them because they may learn something about our language that is beneficial to them in their language. So, oh yes. So those are on YouTube, please, can you identify? Open on YouTube. make Onye Igbo. YouTube doesn't show like TikTok shows the names of people that are joining. All right, so that is why we are doing what we're doing here, and because we are language people, we are looking at how people are conversant with their language primarily before any other language. So Omenka app is an app created for the preservation of Igbo language. Omenka app is on iOS and Android. If you go in there, you can download the app and it will teach you Igbo language. Hassan, I welcome you. Much of what we are looking at here today is what is in Omenka app and others that we are also going to be putting on the app. The app is very comprehensive. By the time we finish building the app, it is going to be one of the best language apps that you may have come across. Casimiro Zumba, you are welcome. People have been building apps to help promote their language. Our concern on Omenka app is the preservation. And this is particular with or to Igbo language because a few years back, there was a UNESCO prediction about how Igbo language would go extinct. And we, as the speakers and scholars of the language, we do not want that to happen to our language. We do not want it to happen to us. And we do not want it to happen to any language. Uncommon Olaide, you are welcome to this program. All right. We are on live program on TikTok and YouTube, and you can join us from any one of these. And I want to let us know that on Mondays at this time we have this grammar class. On Friday we have a class with the young Igbo speakers who are physically with me in the class. We were not able to meet on Friday because we had very, very choky, conflicting schedule. Even though we tried, we made an attempt to, but it really did not work. So on Friday, I na bieba to discuss Ilu Igbo, which is the proverb. So that's why I keep, mentioning proverb instead of pronouns. So we come here to discuss the proverbs. And if you are a speaker of another language and your language has proverbs, just like the Igbo people speak in a lot of proverbs, especially the elderly. So when you are around the elderly people, you learn a lot of wit, a lot of wisdom that comes from the proverbs, okay? And if you are an Igbo person that does not know the proverbs, it is a very big minus on your person and personality, especially when you are in the midst of the kinsmen who know more about the cultural identity and linguistic identity than you do. So ọ bụrụ na ịbụ nwa afọ Igbo ị na-ebe a ịbụ nwa ntorobịa onye na-eto eto and you know that you do not know the proverbs, please do not miss that class. Father, we missed you in the briefing this morning. How are you doing? Okay, you are welcome. Okay, so that is for Friday. And Saturday we will be talking about the Igbo culture, and this coming Saturday we have a special guest that will be discussing with us some of the mistakes and errors we make when we are breaking the kola nut. If you're conversing with Igbo, Boss Gasner, I welcome you. Ọ bụ na ịbụ onye Igbo, ịma ihe ọjị pụtara, ịma mkpa ọjị dịrị ndị Igbo. Okay? O nwere ọtụtụ ihe ndị na-emezi n'ụbọchị a nke ndị mmadụ onye ọbụla na-aga ọjị, ụfọdụ ndị mmadụ na-ada iwu na-eso ọjị. Onye anyị na-akpọbata na Satọde na-abịa bụ otu n'ime ndị m nụtụrụla, ndị m maara nwere ezigbote amamihe n'ihe gbasara ọjị. Owusu, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. So the kola nut, the significance of kola nuts in Igbo culture is something that as long as life exists, you do not, neglect it. Stephen Opera, I welcome you. So, but you find out because of how significant or prominently significant the Oji is in Igbo culture. We now have fallen the victim of making mistakes when we are breaking the kola nuts, and that is what we are going to be talking about on Saturday. That will be, I guess, on the 9th. Yeah, is it on the 9th? I will give us the actual day. But Saturday we talk Omenala. We discuss Omenala, which is, the culture. All right, Kingsley, thank you for joining us. Grassfield, you all are welcome. None. Okay, so n'ihi na grammar ụtọ asụsụ ka anyị na-amụ maka ya, anyị na-ede ihe na board. Okay, so if you are ọwụ na iso na otu ndị nkụzi Igbo ị na ebe a, ahụgo m gị Oriakụ Chinwe, biko mee ka anyị mara, and anyị na-achọ ịmata ndị nkụzi Igbo ndị bịazurula ihe ọmụmụ a ugboro 4 kemgbe anyị bidoro ya. Mekwa ka anyị mara, please, if you've been here for the past 4 consecutive times, we want to know you. Ọ bụ na ị bụ nwa akwụkwọ, mee ka anyị mara n'isi na mahadum AIFUNAI maọbụ mahadum UNN. These are the 2 universities who have a cohort. We want to know those that are joining us from these 2 universities particularly. And so if you're from any other university, that's not completely relevant. Okay, so Nizu Garaga, in the last week, I now touched the other pronouns, the first person, second person, and third person. And like I said, thank you for the flower Usekwu Foods. Thank you for being the first gifter of today. Diego Gucci, I welcome you. So you find out that what we emphasize in that class, which is what we've been emphasizing, is that people have problem writing Igbo, and as it concerns the pronouns. And so I'm going to put that on the board again. So whereby we have and more as first. We have E, G as second. We have O as third. We have A as fourth. Okay, n'asụsụ Igbo wee bụrụ nnọchiaha onye mbụ, nnọchiaha onye abụọ, nnọchiaha onye atọ, nnọchiaha onye anọ. Taa ka a ga-eji ekwu ya n'Igbo. Mụ, nna mụ, I, gị, O, na A, E. Anyị bidoro ihe ọmụmụ a n'ebe nnọchiaha onye anọ nọ, the 4th person. That's what really prompted our class. And that is because we found out, AG, you're welcome. We found out that people make a lot of mistake writing this, writing a sentence that contains the unknown, the 4th person pronoun. Okay, and then he led us to pointing out this and all of that. And last week I was able to let us know that in each of these occurrences, we know that we write them separately. Okay, and I nyere ndị nkụzi Igbo ihe omume, and the test or exam that you did, we are looking through it, and we are going to come up with the scores very, very soon. And then if there's anybody may emerge as the best students, I genye ihe nrite. Okay, all right. Ndewo ndị na-esota anyị na YouTube. Please, can you identify, tell us who you are, and if you are a student or Nisona Otundi Igbo, I got you. Ndi Nkuzi Igbo, I got you. Imata O. All right. So, Yabuna, today, what I'm going to do today is to take your feedbacks, and whatever I get from you, we'll put it back to our discussion. That's what we're doing today, and it's going to be highly interactive. So jikere ijede Igbo ugbu jikere ijede Igbo, and I would like to encourage the participation from everybody. Okay, thank you Wanda Sale, for making this place alive. All right, those who are on YouTube, please, I'm seeing you now because I kind of, my board is mirrored. I can't help that one, but I prefer seeing you because I'm using my front camera, to using the back camera. And I really, last time I didn't know what people were doing. Maeve, you are welcome. We welcome you to the live show. Leos, you're welcome as well. Okay, so having spent up to 5 or 6 weeks discussing, starting from the Nnọchiaha na A, Rona, the other Nnọchiaha, having spent all these weeks, kailekene etu ihe ndị a si arụ ọrụ n'ahịrịokwu ọ ga-adị mkpa n'ihi gịnị n'ebe niile anyị na-ahụ ndị mmadụ na-ede Igbo, ị ga-ahụ na ọ bụ ihe na-agba anya mmiri na edekwa ya anyị abanyekwa na nsogbu anyị amaghị ka esi edepụta nnọchiaha ndị a iche. Before I forget, we are working with the teachers ndị na-akụzi Igbo na ụlọ akwụkwọ niile. So those who are teaching Igbo language in the different elementary and secondary schools. Also, we want to extend our work relationship with ndị na-ede Igbo or ndị na-akwalite Igbo na social media. So if you are on social media, thank you Useku Foods, thank you for the flower. If you are a social media content creator, there's going to be a conference or workshop coming up that we expect that we and you are going to gather to have conversations about Igbo language and Igbo culture as we present it on the social media. So thank you everyone that is helping to promote Igbo language and Igbo identity. All right, so for those who are lovers of Igbo and who join us here from time to time in the event, we appreciate you so much. It is fun. Okay, we're going into the action. And what is today's action? Today's action, gehiwisi na ihe aimugoro, all the things we've been looking at and talking about in the lesson for Nnọchiaha and the proverbs. So it is going to be more like what I have done before, and but it is to test our knowledge about the class we've been doing. All right, so today, if you know how to write Igbo, I don't care if it is 2, 3, 4, 5% that are writing. I just want to see people writing. Willie, you are welcome. Thank you for joining us. Please don't be shy to write when I say you should write, because it's just a learning process. Okay, Obona, especially Obona Wafibo, because Bamboki Day. Okay, all right. So ihe mmadụ dere ka anyị ga-eji wee mere ihe ọmụmụ nke ụbọchị taa. All the examples as they're coming, and my examples are going to be touching both all the Nnọchiaha. Okay, and so all right, where's my duster? Ugbu a anyị nọ na ihe omume exercise. Stacy Martin, welcome you. Lathori, you are welcome to the live show. Okay, ahịrịokwu nke mbụ anyị ga-anụ ebe a bụ ahịrịokwu nke si ekwe ekwe na-ekwete n'ute ekpere. Ekwe ekwe, ịchọgide ekwe ekwe, ekwe ekwe na-ekwete n'ute ekpere. Just know that primarily what I'm after is the correctness of the position of either Nnọchiaha or the prefix that is in the sentence. Okay? Mara na ihe m na-achọ ịhụ, ọ bụrụ na ihe ndị ọzọ idere ideteghị ya, ihe m na-achọ ịhụ bụ ma idetere Nnọchiaha ma ọ bụ nganiru nọ na ahịrịokwu a. Okay? That is going to be the onus of our discussion. Okay, ekwe ekwe maọbụ ekwe ekwe na-ekwete n'ute ekwere. Can we attack it? Osule, Mr. Q4688. Mr. Q, ndewo. I greet you in my language. Excuse me. All right. Produit Creole, you're welcome. Ndewo. I greet you in my language. Okay. Ụmụafọ Igbo neighbor. Let's go. Nkembo. I'm not writing it until I see somebody. YouTube participants. Ngwa. Ahịrịokwu a sị ekwe ekwe na-ekwete n'ute ekwere. Aha. Agafeela. Ndewo maka flower nke ahụ sekwu food. Ekwe ekwe na-ekwete n'ute ekwere. Ana m ahụ. This is success and Odoziakụ Chinwe. Ndewo. Aha. Kedu ndị na-ede? Ndị nọ na YouTube, anakwaghị m ahụ ihe unu na-ede o. Aha. I'm waiting. Pretty Lomo, ndewo, I welcome you in my language. Ekwe ekwe na-ekwete n'ute ekwere. Israel, you're welcome. I have only 2 people that have written it. I give one more minute. Ndị YouTube, anaghị m ahụ ihe unu na-ede. Ewere onye ọzọ, ekwe ekwe na-ekwete n'ute ekwere. Ekwe ekwe na-ekwete n'ute ekwere. Okay. All right, ka anyị lee ihe edere anyị ebe a nke sitere n'aka Odoziakụ Chinwe na this is success. Okay. Nke mbụ anyị hụrụ ebe ahụ bụ ekweghị ekwe. Nke abụọ ekweghị ekwe. Okay. Ndị YouTube ọkwụrụ na ahụ ya. Alright. Ebe a anyị hụrụ ọzịza mmadụ abụọ nke yiwere otu. I believe they are the same. Okay, what is different here is this from the second example. Alright. So I will say that nke mbụ, I will start from the last clause. N'ute ekwere, correct. N'ute ekwere, not correct. Adọkwa ka ngeji ode nke ndị nkụzi na-eji akanyere ụmụ akwụkwọ ihe. So we'll have this, not correct. This, correct. Okay. Let's go to the other clause or phrase. This, na-ekwete, correct. Na-ekwete, correct. Mmadụ abụọ ndị a dere ihe a. Nke mbụ, the first clause, nke bụ nkebi ahịrị nke mbụ anyị na-ele anya. Nke a edeteghị ya. Nke a edeteghị ya. Gịnị mere anyị ji sị na mmadụ abụọ zara ya edeteghị ya na nkebi ahịrị nke mbụ? N'ihi gịnị? Ha desara nọ na ekweghị ekwe. Ha desara ya edesa. It is not supposed to be written apart. Nọ na ekweghị ekwe. Agaghị edesa ya edesa. Why? It is not a pronoun. This is just a big problem with Igbo language, writing of the language. And you see why we are spending time to look at it. Like ọdịmka kedu ihe ọzọ, kedu ụzọ ọzọ anyị nwere ike iji were ihe a tinye n'isi anyị wee daba nke ọma. And I'm glad that, the Igbo speakers that are joining this class, even though you are not a linguistic expert or something, this is something that everybody should be concerned with. Nide asụsụ abụ Igbo. It is very easy, very, very subtle for you to miswrite. Okay? And that is like this. So, ekwe ekwe. Now, going by ihe anyị mụgoro na class a, this is not a pronoun issue. This is rather a word that should be together because the first A is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Somebody's asking, what is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday called? So we name our weeks by first, second, third, as opposed to what it's called in English. Abalembo, which is the first day of the week. Abale abo, obochi abo, nizu, the second day of the week. That's how we name. So, in terms of Igbo calendar, which is also different from the English calendar we're using, these are named that way. Primarily, the Igbo calendar does not see Monday as the first day of the week or something. So it's a little bit different. Okay. All right. Father, yes. Makanoboye Nnọchiaha. It is not a pronoun. So if it is not a pronoun, what it is? What is it? It is a prefix. Ekwe ekwe. Now, some people might argue, say, thank you, Father. Might argue, say, ekwe ekwe might be written or should be written together. I don't have a problem with that. Whether you write ekwe ekwe together, but not to join it with a hyphen. But so long as you observe that the first A is not a pronoun, or boy nnọchiaha, so long as you know that it is a prefix, it is supposed to be together. That is what I'm looking at. Okay? Tasha, how are you? Good evening. It's good to have you. Miracle, you're welcome. All right. So we are testing our knowledge, what we have been doing, learning. Tasha, your presence encourages me. I appreciate you for always, coming here to spend time with us. Appreciate you so much. All right. Ekwe ekwe na ekwete nute ekwere. That's the first. Okay. Nobody got it correctly. So we don't have to clap for anybody. All right. This is Success is answering you as well. We count days. Okay, it has passed. All right. Thank you for the flowers. TPL. That is very kind of you and generous of you. Thank you. Okay. We are going to go to the next. The next. Because if you are writing, let me know. Thank you, Seku Food. Thanks for the flower. If you are writing, please write first before I clean. Or if I clean before you wrote, let me know. Call my attention, okay? All right. Nkabo. This has come up before, right? So I want to, test us again with it. Okay, let me not go there a second. Nkabo. Eme ngwa ngwa emeghara ọdachi. Eme ngwa ngwa emeghara ọdachi. 1, 2, go. Let's go. Eme ngwa ngwa emeghara ọdachi. Think this, everybody should get it. Like even non-Igbo speakers that are here should get it. Should be able to get it. Eme ngwa ngwa emeghara ọdachi. So for ekwe ekwe na ekwete nute ekwere, it means is a proverb. I like to really express some of these expressions here in proverb because Igbo proverb is rich in wisdom and knowledge. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gifts. All right. Eme ngwa ngwa emeghara ọdachi. Get on with it. Yay. Eme ngwa ngwa emeghara ọdachi. Keep sharing the live. Keep liking the live, please, if you're here. We need more language enthusiasts here. Please. Okay, who is getting on it? Eme ngwa ngwa emeghara ọdachi. YouTube guest, I didn't get any response from you. Eme ngwa ngwa emeghara ọdachi. Odozi Akuchinwe, ndewo. Eme ngwa ngwa emeghara ọdachi. Let's get on with it. Fidelia Coco. Ndewo no. You're welcome. Amen. We've gotten one answer from Odoziaku Chinwe, onye nkuzi Igbo. Ihe na-eme na-akpa ya obiọma. Jisike. Yep. Amen. Emeghara ọdachi. Go in. We have 1.5 minutes more left to write it. Igbo speakers, Igbo writers. Ngwa emeghara ọdachi. Father. Ngwa emeghara ọdachi. We got in a second person. Yeah. Can we get all the persons to write this sentence? Ngwa emeghara ọdachi. 30 seconds. Going. Okay, we have 2 responses. Okay, 3. Ngwa emeghara ọdachi. Okay. So, kaile nke mbụ ndewo ndị dere ya. Ndewo. First, from Chinwe, ngwa emeghara ọdachi. Father says ngwa emeghara ọdachi. This is success. Ngwa emeghara ọdachi. Okay, nke a dị mkpụmkpụ is very short, so I expected that everybody would depict it. All right, so from the 3 responses, I see that the last clause is correct, even though emeghara is dialectal. This in its entirety is correct. Father, this is not correct. Father awụkwa father nke ụka. Father ideariziri ya. Okay. Right. So I want the this is a correct way to write it. Now why? So let's look at the sentence. Ngwa emeghara ọdachi. Tupu anyị lee ya anya, ka anyị kụọrọ ọnụ ndị detara ya aka. Chinwe, success, and Father. Looks like you rewrote it. Okay. So give me 1 sec, please. Okay. Eme ngwa ngwa, emeghara ọdachi. That is the correct way to write it. Now, the first reason bụ na nke a bụ nnọchiaha. Eme. Kedu onye ga-eme? Ọ bụrụ na mee ngwa ngwa. If mee ngwa ngwa, who is A? It is that person, that fourth person that we do not know about. Ọ bụrụ na mee ngwa ngwa, gịnị ga-eme? Ga-emeghara ọdachi. Like I said, the greatest challenge every Igbo writer has in this topic we are dealing with is using your native knowledge to know when a word like the one-letter word, one sound word, like A or A, when it is a pronoun. And this is very particular with the fourth person pronoun. Very particular. Like you may know easily when it is second or third person. But when it is the fourth person, it begins to create a problem of understanding that it is a pronoun. Now, I have articles of people, scholars who have argued whether it is a pronoun or something else. But even in that argument, they are not saying that this word has anything that supports it being written together. It is all about academic argument, whether it should be called a pronoun or a clitic, proclitic and enclitic. Those are academic arguments, which is not what we're here for. What we're here for is to understand the correctness, the way we should write our language correctly. And for those who are not native Igbo speakers here, you might wonder, why is it that, an average Igbo speaker will find it difficult to understand a thing like this? Yes, that is the nature of the language. The language, as it concerns the use of these pronouns, to a large extent poses a challenge. And that's why we're spending as much time on this as we have, and we might also do. Because by the time you look at it, when an expression is made, if you do not take time to understand that in this sentence, it contains a pronoun, it becomes a problem. It's unlike he, it, that the way we say it in English. All right. Okay. Ndi dere ya. Thank you. Appreciate you. Ka anyị gaa n'ọzọ. All right. Ma ahụghị ka emere eme ka ahụrụ. We did it in the last class. Can we try to remember it? Ma ahụghị ka emere eme ka ahụrụ. All right, everyone. The third one. Ma ahụghị ka emere eme ka ahụrụ. And that's just how I'm going to say it. Ma ahụghị ka emere eme ka ahụrụ. Okay. Osile. Ma ahụghị ka emere eme ka ahụrụ. Yep. Ndị nọ na YouTube. Ndewonu. All right, let's get that. Kedu ndị na-ede? Ma ahụghị ka emere eme ka ahụrụ. Thank you all that are sharing the live and that are gifting, sending likes and love. Ndewonu. Chukwu gọzie unu. Yeah, ọ dị mkpa ka anyị ekesa ihe anyị na-eme ebe a ka ụmụafọ Igbo ndị amaghị ihe anyị na-eme wee mara. It's very, very important. Ma ahụghị ka emere eme ka ahụrụ. Okay, and if you have a question, you put it on the chat. And if you are interested in joining me here on live, requests to be added, to be brought up. Ma ahụghị ka emere eme ka ahụrụ. Ya ana m eche. Okay. Nwada Sally. Ndewo maka nke ahụ. Enwere onye ọzọ na-ede ya? Enwere onye ọzọ na-ede ya? Na YouTube, enwere onye ọzọ na-ede ya? I hope that you're... Okay. Enwere ndị ọzọ ga-ede ya? Who is trying? Who is trying? Ma ahụghị ka emere eme ka ahụrụ. Ndewo Odoziakụ Chinwe. Odoziakụ Nneka Ugwuoke. Ndewo. Ndị YouTube unu na-agbalị. Kedu ebe ọ ga-akwara nụ biko nụ? Alright, ma ahụghị ka emere eme ka ahụrụ. Okay. Ana m achọ ka anyị kụpụrụ mmadụ niile dere ya, ha detachara ya. Kwa. Let's clap for ourselves. That means that we remembered what we did the last time. Odoziakụ Chinwe, Odoziakụ Ugwuoke. Thank you for your responses. Yeah. And Nwada Sally. Okay. So hi, I welcome you. Any question, please put it on the chat. Any question, put it on the chat. All right. I got my idea. We know it, so that's why I'm not writing on the board, because we tested ourselves on that the last time. So I got gafe. Now the fourth one on Abia. All right. So for those joining us anew, this is brought to you by Omenka app. Download Omenka app from your Android and iOS phone if you want to learn more about Igbo language and culture. Obon Igbo, if you're not Igbo, they won't want Igbo. Ubua, you kwesali nwote app na Omenka. And igama na ihe na areba hirinne. The work we're doing there is much, and we are asking for people's assistance. All right, I actually email okwa eba Igbo nwafu Igbo. Anwere ihe anyị chọrọ n'aka gị. We need to beef up the proverb section of the app. Biko anyị na-arịọ ndị ga-ezitere anyị ilu Igbo. Ilu ọbụla ị maara n'Igbo. Detere anyị ya. Okay, please. If you have our WhatsApp number +1 505 485 6544 is on our account. Use it to send a WhatsApp to us, Detera Ilu Igbo, or you go to our email info@omenkaapp.com and send us Ilu Igbo. I na deco Ilu Igbo. We're documenting the proverbs, and we need your assistance. Mgbe na-adịghị anya, anyị ga-ezipụ ndị otu anyị ndị ga-aga na ụlọ akwụkwọ ndị niile dị iche iche inyere anyị aka ihiwe Omenka, otu Omenka, this Omenka App Club. And nke a bụ ihe mere anyị ji na-edegara ndị isi ụlọ akwụkwọ. Ọ bụ na ịbụ onye nọ na otu ndị nkụzi Igbo, uche gị dị na ihe anyị na-eme. Mgbe na-adịghị anyị na ndị isi ụlọ akwụkwọ ga-enwe mmekọrịta ihe ma ọ bụ mkparịta ụka nke ga-enyere anyị aka, nyere ha aka inyere anyị aka na ọrụ nke anyị na-arụ. Alright. And dịka ụdị mkparịta ụka ndị anyị na-enwe ebe a, ọ bụrụ na enwe ọtụtụ ụmụafọ Igbo ndị na-esonye, ihe gbasara idezi Igbo na idegharị Igbo ọ ga na-abụ nsogbu nke anyị ga-achịkọta ọnụ mgbe na-adịghị anya. All right, the fourth one as we're going to have it bụ all right. Ọ sị na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Ọ sị na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Asị m na ọ sị na o je ya ụka. Ọ sị na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Asị m na ọ sị na o je ya ụka. Asị m ọ sị na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Fourth. Okay. Ọ sị na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. While you are writing that, the fifth one ga-abụ ilu Igbo. Ekwekwa amagba. Ekwekwa amagba. All right, who is writing? Ọ sị na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Ọ sị na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Ndewo, dozie akụchinwe. Ọ sị na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Ndewo. Dịka ị na-ede ya, dere m ekwekọ amagba. Okay. Ọ sị na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Mmadụ abụọ edeela ya. Dịka ị na-ede ya, dere m ekwekọ amagba. Ndewo. Ekwekọ amagba. All right, mmadụ abụọ edekwala ya. Unu na-anwa. Thank you. Ekwekọ amagba. Ọ sị na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Onye ọzọ na-achọ ide ya. Let's do quick, fast. We have spent 1 hour already. Okay. Anyị ahụgo mmadụ abụọ dere ya. Any third person? All right. Ọ sị na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Ekwekọ amagba. All right. Thank you. Ekwekọ amagba. Ọ sị na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Okay. Aga m ede ya ụzọ abụọ. Kembụ, aga m achịkọta ihe niile edere. Ndị niile edere ọ sị na eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Whether I'm either with 1 hour or 2 hours is okay. That's not my issue. So long as it dere ota, mmadụ abụọ dere ya, mmadụ atọ, mmadụ abụọ dere ya ota. Nke abụọ, Oh, sorry. Ose na-eje ya ụka ụnyaahụ. Ihe a bụ ụzọ abụọ ndị anyị nwetara n'aka ndị niile dere ya. Ndị niile dere nke a detere ya. Ihe niile gbasara nke a bụ ndehie maọbụ ndejọ. N'ihi gịnị? Ebe a, this is a pronoun. This is a pronoun. The third person pronoun, right? This is the fourth person pronoun. The third person is talking about the fourth person that didn't go to church yesterday. We don't know who the person is. So, the only standard way to represent the idea is to, first of all, know that the third person is a person and is separately written. Okay? The fourth person that they are talking about is a person that we do not know about. What we know is that that person we are talking about did not go to church yesterday. That's what it's talking about. The third person we know is a person that the first and second persons know about, right? Ose, who said, or is a person we know. But the fourth is a person we do not know. Nenna, you're welcome. Ọzọkwa, ya bụrụ na mgbe ọbụla na ị nụrụ okwu Igbo, ahịrị okwu Igbo, ị na-achọ ide ya, mee ka ụbụrụ isi gị gwa gị na n'ime ahịrị a jụọ gị sị enwere nnọchiaha. Do we have a pronoun representing a noun? Is that pronoun first, second, third, or fourth? That would determine how correct what you're going to write is, as far as Igbo language is concerned. So, Ose, or is a person. Anu si echide mandewo, ina bena zoge. Okay, please. Or is a person that first and second know. We know who is saying. But or is talking about the fourth. Onye nke anọ, we don't know. But we know that onye nke anọ did not go to church yesterday. All right. Why this is completely correct, incorrect, is, yes, onye dere ya matara na onye abu a person, okay, a pronoun. But there's no relationship here between na and ejeyi, because we see this hyphen only when we are dealing with enyemaka ngwa, which is an auxiliary verb. So this is nejeyi oka. And if we convert this sentence to mean Ose nejeyi oka, the meaning has changed. It's no longer Igbo, because it is not complete.